Hi folks, I decided to do a little review on my bandsaw. I've had a few people comment that they'd like a bandsaw, so I thought I'd review the one I've got. It's a Metabo. I'll give you all the details in this video. This wasn't my planned video. I was hoping to do a video over the weekend of collecting some mushrooms, wild mushrooms, but unfortunately they're not out yet, as it's been rather dry and a hot summer, so it might be a couple of weeks before we get any mushrooms. But what I have done is this little review. Don't forget now, I'll be giving 2 of these away, and when I reach 1,400 subscribers, I'm just 2 subscribers away. So new subscribers, old subscribers, don't forget to share, like and comment, and thank you very much for your support. It's nice to be nice. So guys, I thought I'd do a little review of this saw, and that reason being is I've been using it now for 4 years. I think I've had it 4 years, maybe 5 nearly, and you see unboxings, but you never see people who've actually used them for a long time and, you know, can give you an impression. You can get a first time impression, but over time things go wrong and things don't work out, but you never seem to hear of that. I'm not sponsored by Metabo by any way or form, although if they want to send me some blades they can. Metabo. But I thought I'd give you my impressions on this. Say, I've been using it for 4 years. I use it quite a lot. In fact, I've used it a lot. Before I had a table saw, then this was my go-to or my circular, you know. And a lot of the stuff that I can't do on this, I can do on that, on table saw. But on the other hand, there's lots of things I can do on this, which was the reason I bought that rather than a table saw first. Cost on this is about 350 francs, which is about 350 US dollars. As I said, that was 4 years ago. You might still be able to get it at that price. These things don't tend to go up that much. And I did get a chunk off it. I think I got about 100 off it because I have loyalty points for the shop that I bought it from. So I got a good deal on it, really. It's a Metabo BAS 260 Swift. Now, as I say, after 4 years of use, I've had no problems with it at all. Absolutely none. When you set it up, you do have to tighten the belt up on the motor, but that's quite straightforward. It's just on an hinge, you know. It's like on a cam, so that you can just pull the motor and tighten the belt up. So, but that's one thing. The first day I used it, I thought, what's happening here, you know? And I went, haha. So, but that was user error, not down to the machinery. What's it come with? It comes with a push stick, which, yeah, is great. It's far too big. It's for a table saw. It comes with that push stick. I find that too big. You don't need a push stick that big. Pencil will do the job, you know. And bandsaws in general are pretty safe, you know. They're not going to drag your fingers in and stuff like that. So, but use a push stick, yes. Comes with a fence, which is not a bad fence. It's got a little eye hole so that you can do the measurements, because it's got a measurement strip on here, which I'll show you closer up after. It also comes with a sliding mitre, because it has got a T-section in bed. The bed's cast steel, which is pretty good because it's very sturdy, and it does adjust onto 45 degree if you need to do that. At the moment I've got a bi-blade in it, which is for steel or aluminium brass. It also cuts wood. It's very fine toothed, so it's very good for cutting wood. In fact, it's a little bit slower, and it's not a rip blade. I do have a rip blade, I do have a finer blade. I think there are three or four different blades that you can get that fits this, and I have one of each. Some finer stuff, like for cutting out really tight curves, I have a blade for that, but I haven't been using that very much lately. Most of the time I've got this blade in it, because this will do just about everything I need it to do. Other features, or safety features, well, I'll show you insides anyway. Cast wheels, aluminium. Both these doors are pretty easy to open, just on a, it's just like a cam, yeah, but it's also got micro switches inside it on both of these, so that if them doors are open or not shut properly, it won't run, which is, I find that's good. I mean, there's some of the safety features on that table saw make it difficult to use for certain things. Obviously you can circumvent them, but here there's nothing on it that sort of gets in your way, as in safety side. Casing's pressed steel, it's pretty good. Maximum here is 10 inches, 24 centimetres. Maximum here is a little bit small, 100 millimetre, 10 centimetres, 4 inches. So that's not massive. I would have liked something a bit bigger, but it's only a little saw, you know. I've only got a little shop, but ultimately, how many times do you cut something more than that? I can, again, now I've got the advantage that I've got table saw and I can double cut it, you know. I'll just have I'll show you around back. I made a little stand for this not long ago actually, because before it was in one position and I had a post right here where you are. I'll give a close up on the specs on the back so you can see it and I don't have to read it off to you. And that's the sizes for the dust extraction. Now I will say the dust extraction doesn't automatically fit a shop vac, so I had to put something on to do that. It's too big for my normal shop vac. It's too big for my normal shop vac, so that's one thing. It's not a big problem, you know what I mean? You can always adapt to that. It's sound wise it's pretty good. It's like 90 decibels, 97 decibels it says maximum. It's a little bit louder if you're cutting aluminium and stuff. But as to performance, it's done everything I've put it through. I've cut hardwood, I've cut softwood, I've cut aluminium. I'll just show you this little bit up here. I'll show you bed needs a clean because it does get a little bit humid, damp in here. Should really clean bed down. Coffee cup stain. Don't put your coffee on your table saw. But it's got a scale for measurements, yeah. Setting it up, these are all finger turns. I'll get a better look at underside for adjustments, for blades, for runners, you know. It's all adjustable by fingered adjustment. There's one nut inside there what you have to do with a spanner, but it comes with all spanners and everything as well. Brushes on wheels for cleaning, keeping rubber clean. Quite simple to adjust everything up. Say everything with thumb screws, which is good. Thumb screws under here so that you can take this off to put a new blade in. There's only one spanner you need, and that's that one under there to adjust the wheel up at the back. On-off switch, big on-off switch. Don't need that now. Big on-off switch, rubberized. Again, as I say, this is something that I wanted for a long time before, and I looked at some models. I've seen cheaper models and I've seen more expensive models, ridiculously more expensive models, and this has done just about everything I've ever needed for it. So only thing that I would say is the depth at cut, which is a bit smaller than I would have liked, but then again you can't have everything, can you? And at the price, I can't fault it. And as I said, it's now 4 years old. It's not like I didn't look at that. I didn't even take the plastic protection off there. Look, after 4 years, can probably see numbers better now. But yeah, it's a good chainsaw, good bandsaw. It also comes with this as a stabiliser. Yeah, I didn't mention that, did I? Which, if you've got it freestanding, this is screwed down onto this space. And as I say, it makes my life so much easier having it on that base. Means it can live there or come out and be used, and it's really quite easy as long as I haven't got another cable underneath to move it back. And most of the time I use it there, but if I've got something long to cut, then I obviously can spin it round and bring it out. And that's the Metabo 260 Swift. Do I need to do a cut test? Yeah, go on then. We'll do a little cut on this just to show you as well. That's 3 inch. And I'm going across grain. It's softwood, but I'm going to cut like a millimetre, 2 millimetre or 1.5 millimetre slice off it. Now I've set this up. This is on the wrong side of the fence for me, but now you've got to bear in mind that's a steel blade, it's not a rip blade, but you can see that's a millimetre. So I do loads of cuts on this for, I mean, well, I don't know what I'd ever use that for, but it just shows you that how precise it is. If it's set up, it will cut down to a millimetre size, and I mean that's pretty good, isn't it, for a cheap saw. Bit of cross grain. End grain, I've used it, I've ripped boards down with it, not with this blade on, obviously. You're limited to what you can do with each blade, but I've ripped boards down 2 metre long, not wide, but lengthwise. I've ripped down on this. And it's pretty good. And as I say, I've been very, very pleased with it. To the extent where I would definitely buy Metabo tools again. There are cheaper bandsaws, as I've said before. But this one has been pretty good to me after 4 years. I've never had one problem with it, so, and that's good enough for me.